Hi, good afternoon, my dear students. Hope you all are fine. Today we will discuss about the practical based lab classes. Though it is very difficult to conduct a practical lab class in online method, but here I want to express the theoretical knowledge which is implemented in your practical and the precautions, process, theory, and other details so that during the performance of your direct practical in laboratory will help you to perform the practical, or this lecture will help you to perform practical in online based laboratories by using some particular program. So student, here today we will mainly discuss about the determination of chloride ion in a given or in a particular water sample. So the determination of chloride in water sample by arganometric method. So there are lots of questions. What do you mean by chloride ion present in water, and what do you mean by arganometric titration? Yes, obviously I will give you all the idea and next few slide. Before that, I want to say this is your the part of chemistry laboratory, and subject code is BSCH191. So as usual, I am your chemistry teacher, Dr. Vishwajit Gain, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemistry, Dr. Sudhit Chandrasoor, Degree Engineering. I am so sorry because your college name is changed. So Dr. Sudhit Chandrasoor, Institute of Technology and Sports Complex. So before going to the details of this particular experiment, I want to discuss some preliminary thing about the practical, that is mainly the quantitative practical, quantitative related practical. So what is the meaning of quantity and quality? You know that quality is means the that is identification, that is which ion or which thing is present, but quantity means that is the amount, that is mass, how much amount of particular ion or particular compound present in a solution or in the solid state. So analysis are of mainly two type, that is qualitative and quantitative. So both are very important, and in case of the quantitative analysis, we can complete or we can carry out the quantitative analysis by two technique. One is gravimetric technique, second one is the volumetric technique, and another is the titometric technique. So quantitative analysis can be achieved by gravimetry volumetry and titrimetry. Again, so for our case in this BTech syllabus or in this undergraduate syllabus, the titrimetry is very important, and the gravitometry and volumetry we are not discussing in this level, but yes, it has very important for other sense or other level. First one, titrimetry. You know that the neutralization, that is neutralization titration, that is acid base titration. Now complex forming titration. So you know that complex forming that is called complexometric titration. So here you know that the if you consider the hardness of the water, so hardness of the water can be determined by EDTA method, where calcium and magnesium make complex with EDTA. So this is an example of complexometric titration. Now another technique is, that is which will you apply in this case, that is precipitation titration, and particularly if you take silver nitrate solution as your titrant, then it is called argenometric titration. So silver is considered with respect to the silver nitrate, so it is called argenometric titration. Another one is the oxidation reduction. You know it is better. So there are four type of the titration, not four, but there are others number, but mainly neutralization, oxidation reduction, complexometric titration, precipitation titration. So here today we will discuss about the precipitation titration. So now come to the point. So our thing is basically determination of the chloride ion in given water sample by argenometric titration. So we get answer about the argenometric titration. So the titration which is done by silver nitrate solution is called argenometric titration. And about the chloride ion, yes, in our drinking water and other water, the chloride ion is present, and but sometime the percentage of the chloride or the amount of the chloride ion is always beneficial for our health, but excess of the chloride ion is not good for our health. At that situation, we cancel out the water for our drinking purpose. And also it is also important for industries and boiler water, etc. So now come to the point of our experiment, that is determination of chloride ion in water sample. So here we will check or we will determine the amount of the titrant. Here in your slide there are number of titrant, not the number of titrant, but here the volume of the titrant needed to reach the equivalence point by titration reaction. So here not the particularly you use the titration reaction. Yes, it is the titration reaction, but here it form the precipitation. So it is a precipitation titration, or another is a very specific, that is argenometric titration, because it precipitated as like silver salt. So here we have to determine the amount of chloride ion present by standard silver nitrate solution. So argenometric is a process, I have already discussed it. Determine the content of substance based on precipitation reaction from component of the test substances using precipitation formation of silver ion, basically, as we are taking silver nitrate. So silver nitrate, when broken down, it converted to the silver plus, that is silver monocation, and chloride minus, sorry, NO3 minus. I'm extremely sorry. When silver nitrate is broken down, it is formed Ag plus and NO3 minus. So now, yes, we understand the goal of our experiment or what to do. We have a clear idea, that is the theory. Now, that is, this type of the experiment can be influenced by different parameter. So you have to check or you have to monitor that parameter during your experiment. First one is the temperature. So you have to check the temperature and you have to record the temperature, because the solubility and solubility of the silver complex or the compound and other thing of other salt will be defined for different temperature. You know that the solubility will be increases with increasing time, so you have to note the temperature. Now, solvent characteristics. Yes, depending on the solvent, the solubility of the salt will be defined. So you have to careful or you have to note the which solvent you are using. Now, ion effect, that is, you know that the precipitation is possible only when the two ion or the ionic product cause the solubility product. So I think you have a better idea about this from your theory class, that is thermodynamics or solubility product and etc. from solution. So, and another is the very important thing, that is pH. Yes, obviously the the solubility product and solubility will be affected by the pH of the solution. So you have to take care about the pH of the solution during your titration. And the complex influence, obviously there will be some lots of problem in the chemistry, because if the compound is formed, then it have a other effect in your titration. So you have to very careful about the chemistry which is occurring in your practical. Now another thing is the hydrolysis influence. So yes, hydrolysis is create some problem in your practical. So the method here we use to determine the chloride is basically the Fajans method. So here we use an indicator, basically solid indicator. Here we use indicator K2CrO4, that is potassium chromate. And here the indicator is not basically change its color. But yes, obviously indicator it will be change its color, but its change of color is due to the adsorption. Again I am saying here, not the indicator change its color, but here the color change is observed or possible by the adsorption of the indicator on the surface of precipitation and in presence of the excess particular ion. Yes, so this precipitation, as it is the related to the precipitation and absorption, obviously it will affect the pH. So you very much careful about the pH of the indicator. Sorry, pH of the solution. Now equipment and reagent. So to perform this practical, you have to take this solid reagent, that is basically sodium chloride. Uh, that is it is a pure sodium chloride, that is standard sodium chloride, not it is obtained from that is our grocery shop or other thing, but standard NaCl. Then K2CrO4, that is potassium chromate, which will be used as the indicator. Then our titrant, that is silver nitrate, AgNO3. So here for this purpose we have need some apparatus like a burette, then some plaques of about that is it will be depend 100 ml or 250 ml. Then volumetric flax, yes, again it is the volumetric flax will be 100 ml or 5 to 250 ml. It is depend upon the quantity or the amount of the liquid or the performance of the practical. Then cylinder, graduated cylinder to take a particular volume of the particular thing, that is mainly the indicator. Then wash bottle, again I am not ready to mention its a particular volume, 100 ml water bottle. Then amber bottle, that is 500 ml. And you need a desiccator, because you know that the NaCl, if you keep it in the outside of the air, then it will be absorb some water. So here definitely the desiccator is very important. And then pipette, and sometime pipette palm, etc. This type of the instrumenter or instrument, not only instrument but the apparatus is required. So first of all you have to make, so student, be noted, I am saying about the details of the experiment. So here now I am discussing the procedure, but here the procedure are I am describing in step by step. So the step 1, so you have to make your indicator. Yes, it may be possible that your lab attendant or your sir during your practical that they make this K2CrO7 and provided it. Okay, then it is fine. But if it is not present, then you have to make this indicator. So here the 5% K2CrO4 solution is used. So how will you make 5% K2CrO4? So you have to take 5 gram in 100 ml solution. So here you just, if you just follow this particular slide, they take 1 gram of potassium chromate and it is dissolved in 20 ml of water. Obviously it will be 5%. Then you can use it for the as a titrant. Now number 2, so here is basically this practical taken from a particular experiment. So here they use the salt, that is sea water, but instead of the sea water we can also use our normal water. Okay, so because the content of the chloride ion is very high and very important to determine in the sea water, because you know that the sea water the chloride content will be very high. So here they take the sea water for their purpose, and then again they dilute it, and then they use for the titration. So if you not go through this step 2, you have to take simple water, that is tap water, or the water supplied by your lab attendant or your sir. Then you have to take 25 ml or 10 ml, as it will be mentioned by your teacher, that you have to take 25 ml 25 ml of sample solution, or basically the sample water. So you have to take it in a conical flask. So you pipette out 25 ml of water and it poured into the 100 ml conical flask, and then you add nearly about 1 ml of chromate solution that you have already prepared. So then you know that the K2CrO4 is yellow, so when it is come to the water it will be yellow colored, light yellow color. So the solution is ready for the titration. So now, so here is the titration will be performed by standard AgNO3 solution. So this is the precipitation titration. So basically in your conical flax the chloride is present. Now if you add AgNO3, then it will be form AgCl, which will be precipitated as a white precipitation. So here if you go through the process that the titrate the sample with n by 10 silver nitrate solution, okay, and it will be changed according to your side desiredness and other thing. So indicator, so first actual color of the solution is yellow, and now when they form white precipitate, some when you add some initial amount of silver nitrate, then it will be a mixed color, that is a light brown or a cloudy color, lemon yellow color. But when the end point, when our in very close to end point, then it color changes to red. Firstly red brown, and ultimately it is somewhat very close to the deep red brown. Okay, so I think it is, I will understand this thing. So first thing is the solution is yellow during the presence of the indicator. Now you add silver nitrate solution, so it will somewhat cloudy in color, but when it is near to the end point some red precipitation is observed, and at the end point or after the end point basically they will perfectly form the red brown color. And when it is stable, that is a first point, when this red brown color is stable at a particular time of during the consumption of a particular amount of the titan, then you say the titration is completed, and that is the equivalence point. So you know that the titration you have to repeat 2 or 3 times so that you get a concordant result, and the result should be 0.05 ml of allowance. So if I go to the picture, this picture, that is left hand side, the picture is the water and potassium chromate solution, so it is yellow. But at the middle of the titration, when silver uh, nitrate form silver chloride, so it form a some hazy or cloudy color. But at the end point or end point of the titration, it form this red brown color. So that means this, so that the titration is finished. Now when it is finished and you get a particular value of titrant, then by some mathematical calculation from the table, formation of the table and some mathematical calculation will give you or you lead to the particular amount of the chloride present in your water sample. So from that you can calculate the amount of the chloride present in your solution. So here this few some slide I will share with you. So this is the discussion, that is the some um, what happening if it is the excess, what happening it will be little bit, and the pH, and what is the positive side and what is its negative side, etc. And also I will say share you a video corresponding to the um, total practical of determination of the chloride by Arjinometric, from which is a YouTube link I will share after this lecture. So student, I hope that you understand the practical that is theory based practical, or basically the procedure. I think you will understand this thing and you have to absorb this thing. Yes, definitely we will get some time uh, for perform this practical in our laboratory, and if it is not possible, then some virtual lab are available in our website or in our web-based lab are present. So we'll perform this on that time. So now you complete the write up in your practical notebook. The details of the write up and other thing I will provide in your Google Classroom. So don't worry, feel free, and if you have any problem you can ask me, or you can mail me. No problem. Thank you, student. Thank you for your kind attention.